Biggest tell in today's society is the lack of human interaction, and all thanks to hashtag MeToo and hashtag BelieveAllWomenBS. It's why men are lonelier and going black-pilled. But thanks to dating apps, I don't use /against for having me approach women in public much easier.
Yo, Cheeks, yeah. I mean,
I'm not sure it is Me Too. Like, I just don't think that normie men really even care or know about or research those types of things. I think it is more related to the dating apps and the overall lack of social connection and community that we have going on.
Yeah, I think Me Too is a component. Probably the bigger thing is social media.
It's like, oh, why are people not getting married? It's because of no-fault divorce. Like, I just don't think normie men even know about, like, you know, family court statistics. They aren't researching these things. They don't really know or care about those things.
I think a lot of guys have worried about, like, being falsely accused.
Like, online concerns, I feel. I feel
like I heard this in high school from, like, normie dudes that I went to school with, where they worried that, like, just about being falsely accused of having, like, you know.
There is that concern, definitely, but I just feel like normie men don't really engage with or
I think
know
the
about
concern's
these
there,
things.
but I don't know if it's enough to have a chilling effect so deeply that they wouldn't be, like, engaging with women, period.
Like, the real answer is much more boring and depressing. It's just that people aren't having social connections anymore.
The retreat I went on, obviously like a sex therapy camp, but I would, because I can only speak from my experience, but I would strongly recommend it to men who've experienced false accusing. There was men, women there, and it was a very, like, healthy releasing space. And I've never witnessed that in my life. I always saw men as this stoic figure and you know, just TV and just growing up. And I finally got to see real men just kind of tell their stories and be vulnerable. And I heard so many stories, and I'm like, wow, this is what they keep inside. Like, wow, like, I'm so sorry. Wow, this is what they're keeping inside. It was profound. I just was silent for literally 2 days, watching and witnessing. And so
I wanted to revisit your answer to the question of what men should.
Yeah.
Beaten Cheeks donated $99. Mary, as you are below a normie, you don't know how low middle class men think, like I do. I speak to them daily in non-big cities. Many of them are very well aware of the matriarchal hold women have in regards to the sexual dynamics women have over normies.
Yeah, that makes sense, because if all these men are on the internet are speaking out about how they're worried that they're going to get falsely accused,
Grid 1 Motorsports donated $100. Mary, a cool dark elf. But enough of us normie men have watched enough men have their lives burned down by divorce, and accused of all sorts of horrible things that we 100% pay attention. Nothing is new under the sun.
I guess what I was referring to is men that don't, like, watch podcasts like this one, like men who aren't super engaged with the discourse about dating and stuff like that online. Like, that's what I meant by the term normie. And also, to clarify, I don't live in a big city. I live in a very rural area in West Virginia.
Well, Dave, as our resident boomer here, okay, could you say that you're 47, right?
Wait, are you actually a boomer, or are you Gen X?
No, I'm Gen X. Okay. I was accepting it, though, yeah.
Okay, would you say, like, were you ever worried about being falsely accused during your time in college?
No, it wasn't really a thing.
Do you think it is now, or, like, do you just realize?
I guess, well, Me Too kind of went sideways, but it wasn't, you know, I think that it's interesting because I'm usually not around a bunch of, like, early 20s girls like this. And it's interesting. It seems like everyone's very in their head about what's going on in the world or in life or something. I actually don't mean that very judgy, really. You all seem very sweet and lovely. But, like, something about the internet has really, like, just broken people. It's very obvious to me. I don't mean you guys are broken. I mean that I do politics for a living. Trust me, everyone in politics is broken. But something about the internet that we thought was going to make us more social, right? It's called social media. It made us way more antisocial and anxiety. I mean, you're all nodding at the same time. Like, everyone's feeling that thing. It's really weird. I mean, I was born in 1976. That's not, like, I'm not that old. And I remember, it's funny, my guys, Phoenix is my producers here. He's around, you know, early 20s like you guys. And like I always joke, it's like you have no idea what the world was like pre-internet, and actually it was pretty good. It really was pretty good. Like you could just like
I'm so
you
jealous
could just
of you for
be,
that.
right? Like no, it was really awesome, and so many things. Also, I think it has to do with timing. Also, that you can get anything you want whenever you want it. Like whether it's sex
Instant
or
gratification.
all of that. But it's not even just that. It's like you can binge watch a show where back in the day, like you had to watch a show if you wanted to watch it. Seinfeld at 9:00 on Thursdays. Like you couldn't watch 10 episodes in a row. You guys have heard of Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
You got the reference. Okay. But like, so something about the speed of all of this, and also like, this one will blow your mind. At the beginning of the internet, when the internet first came out, like you could scroll down to a page, like if you just went to like CNN.com or just you were buying something, like you were buying a shirt on H&M or something, like you'd scroll down and the page would end. That was how the internet worked. Like you could get to the end of a page.
Wow.
Where now we have infinite scroll.
Wow.
And there's a guy that developed infinite scroll. I don't remember his name, but he basically regrets it because he realized that he unleashed something that allows us to just doom scroll all day long. And like I get plenty of hate online. If I wanted to, I could spend all day long just having people just tell me horrible things, but like at some point you just disconnect. I do a month off my phone and computer and electronics and news and everything every August. I've done it for 6 years.
Nice.
I would definitely recommend you guys try it. Like literally nothing. Have no idea what's going on in the world for a month, and
do you think
it'll help reset you.
Your sexuality maybe influenced your experience with like not having to worry about, I guess, like false accusations or feeling that sort of anxiety, or no?
Maybe, I guess. I mean, like,
Is Me Too even a thing in the
probably
gay
not.
world?
I mean, I guess maybe to some extent. There's always power dynamics in a relationship, right? Or in just meeting somebody or hooking up or something. But like, there's something different if it's two guys or two girls. There is something fundamentally different, I suppose, related to who would be harassing who or
There
something
is just the
like
physical
that.
difference
Yeah,
between
there's a great
sexes,
movie.
yeah.
Do you ever see the movie Disclosure? It's with Michael Douglas and Demi Moore. It's like from probably like 95 or something, and in the movie she's his boss, and she